by the time you get done with a corn patch, you've shucked all the corn you want to shuck in 1 year, 1 season rather. Like I say, this is an experience. A experience that is priceless. This is what your ancestors had to do. Had to do. I didn't say wanted to do or liked to do. I said they had to do it. Not all of them, but most of them. This is how they survived. This is how they fed their animals, their chickens, their pigs, their mules that done the work, if they even had them, the mules. This is something most people today don't even know. They don't understand. Their ideal of preparing or surviving or survivalist or preparing for anything. Their ideal of doing it. Preparing it's not really preparing now as much as it is purchasing. You know, there's 2 kinds or 2 ways of doing things. You can produce it or you can purchase it. Produce it or purchase it. And what, to me, it's like I say, producing it or purchasing it. What that makes you is a producer or a consumer. It makes you feel good when you purchase or when you produce something. Of course, you may go to sleep. If you produce something, you'll sleep better most of the time of a night. I'll assure you that. But if we had to produce everything we consume, all I can say is you better thank a farmer. If you produce all you consume, Lord have mercy. It would make for some long days in the field. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. And if these people, you can just put stuff up and store it for so long. I've seen lots of videos on preparing, being prepared, getting prepared. You can get prepared all you want, but you can't get prepared for too long. Everything just don't last forever. I think what people are needing to get prepared for are looking at life from the wrong end of the spectrum. Get prepared. Be prepared. Ah. You can get prepared, but the best preparation you'll make would more than likely be prepared to die. Most people want to get prepared to live. Now you've got to be prepared so much, don't you? Consider the ant. Consider the ant. And the grasshopper. You heard of the horn of plenty? I believe I've got a ATV wagon or a trailer here of plenty, because it seems like the more I shuck of this corn, the fuller that trailer's getting. We know that ain't true, but it sure seems that way. Good ear corn, except just right on one side it's got a few back. You can pick them out, and I would if I had a shortage in corn. I've got to get this corn done, because there's also, I can hear it up there calling my name. It's called firewood. Woke up this morning, it's 44 degrees out. And I like it. You can breathe a little anyway. It ain't been that bad this year. Here's some corn. Again, I'm not gonna save that for the house. It might stay there for a day or two. Push her back just like that. Make it easy on yourself here, however you can. That one's not going to stay tied unless I retie it. That's a nubbin in there that's causing a problem. Now, this ought to help. Yeah, that ought to do it. You know, that stuff is pretty heavy. It really is pretty heavy when you start hanging it. Like I said a minute ago, that's a good looking ear right there, corn. I'll tell you it is. That's a good looking ear corn. One little right on the end. Seems like there's always one or two on the end. That's where that moisture gets in. Anyway, again, what I was saying is you can be a producer or a consumer. You'll either be one or two, one or the other. I guess there's midpoints, I don't know. But if you're a consumer and not a producer, I'm talking about if you consume everything and don't produce nothing, that ought to scare you. Because the thing of it is, when you're consuming stuff, you're consuming stuff that someone else produced. It's just like if you was relying on energy, natural gas, or anything, as far as that goes. You're relying on something that someone else is producing, and something happens, or they just decide to not sell to you anymore. You don't want to be left standing out in the out in the cold, looking up like a turkey that ain't trained quite right. It kind of scary sometimes. Stop and think about it. Just according to who you putting the most trust in. You know, I'll assure you one thing. that if you put all your trust in human beings, mankind, you're going to run across a lot of letdowns and disappointments. You might want to trust someone that's really in charge. I said really in charge. Not these arrogant, minded, pathetic, pieces of complete putrid. And there's no need to go into detail on that, because I know you know who I'm talking about. Strut around and call the shots for millions of people like they know the best. They know what's best. Sickening, that's what it is. It's sickening. Sickening. To me it is sickening. They play their little shenanigans, manipulate, crook, inside trade, everything. And then when the stuff gets in a bind, they want to blame somebody else. And then they want to take your country and your children to war. People that's lived long enough know exactly what I'm talking about. The ones that ain't, or that don't know, just ain't been around long enough to catch on. Either that or they ain't looking. And some of them actually may be part of the problem. That's what I think anyway. It don't do no good to talk about that stuff, really. Because I've done it for years. And sometimes you figure out that you'll get just as much results talking to that corn cob. All you can do is keep whittling down, whittling it down, whittling it down. Keep working, just keep at it, just keep going. Just keep at it, solid, constant pace, and eventually you'll come to the last ear of corn. You can work your crops and deal with stuff all summer long and run into pests and bugs and rodents and wildlife and all kind of stuff. Weather, which you ain't got no control over whatsoever. And get down to this point and think you've got her made. But in reality, there's things that still want to take this out. They want to take her out. Wants to be taken out. And I don't know. You make you wonder. Makes you wonder why. By the sweat of your brow. That could be why. There's a point for that. There's a reason for it too. Make you wonder why sometimes. And if you wonder long enough, you'll dig in there and start trying to figure out the answer. Someone else figuring out the answer for you. It's helpful to coach you along a little, put you on the track. I said on the track. What happened? Is my camera getting hot or what? What in the world? Maybe it's just the light. But finding out for yourself is what you got to do. You have to find out for yourself. Seems that's the best way for people to learn. Well, they said, or so-and-so said, or they done this, or they done that. Well, what'd you do? What'd you say? What do you say about it? Sometimes things reminds me of a mockingbird or a parrot or something that just wants to repeat stuff that someone else said or done. I guess that's the way she rolls. I don't know. I'm just rattling and shucking corn. Rattling and shucking corn. Out of an hour or two of this, we might be able to squeeze out a few minutes. There's something important. I didn't say interested. I said important. It's temporary. Everything's temporary. Except there's a thing or two that's not temporary. If I were you, I'd find those things that are not temporary. Got some good looking corn. It's got some bad spots in it. The deer and the horses just fall like that, won't they? Oh, Lord. I may have to start selling Hickory King, Hickory King corn seed. I don't know. Just tell me what you want. You want it to come from the 16 row or the 14 row, the 12 row, the 10 row or the 8 row, or occasionally the 4 row. It's just like this right here. Let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, that's a 12 row. 12 row. What's permanent and what's temporary? Surely you have thought of that, but now enough to figure out that the difference anyway. Shucking corn. Shucking corn. There's one thing it will do. It'll slow you down. Almost long enough to think about things. Of importance, that is. A few seeds. A few seeds is all it takes. Producer or consumer. Producer or consumer. I'll tell you something else too. Growing a garden, a little garden, or a patch of corn ain't gonna get it. It helps, but it don't make you a producer. I mean, far as surviving. You can dry your food. Whether you want to call it dehydrating, or freeze drying, or canning, or pickling, or fermenting, whichever one you do. It still won't get it. It'll take all of them and then some. Oh, you'll barter. I'll do some trading. I'll do some bartering. I need a part from China or Japan. Let's see if I can't barter something from them. Be a long way to barter, wouldn't it? A producer, a producing nation, production, producing, quality, producing quality items. Most of the time produces I said most of the time produces a quality life. Produce junk and you've produced problems for everybody. producer or a consumer? This whole country has been trained and led straight into consumerism. All of us. Whether you like it or whether you don't. That's a fact. Now what are you gonna do about it? Oh, I'm gonna work, make me some money where I can go buy me some corn or buy me a pig or buy me a cow or buy me some chickens or why don't you raise your own? Consumerism. You're a consumer. The guy that you're buying the pig off of, or the cow, or the chickens, is a producer. Or thinks he is. Unless he grows his own corn, he can't produce his chickens, pigs, or cows without that. So unless he produces that too, is he a producer or just a partial producer? It takes a collage of things. All working together. All working together. There's a creator. That's eternal, that lasts forever. Let's go over here and look at this little old, you might be able to see it from here. That's where I stored my corn, part of it. A little closer here, maybe you can see better. There's corn in a basket right there. That's corn in a basket. That corn right there in that box is just a little old wire cage. And I thought, well, what is a corn crib? So there you go. There's some corn in the ATV trailer. That little trailer holds more than you'll ever dream. Right there's some corn that we're shucking, and that's the corn that'll be tied, that goes up there. And quite a bit of corn up there. I may wind up, when I finish it, I may have to put one more run up there. That'd be 4. And that's probably about 2 more than we'd really need. And that's the horses' bucket and basket. And that's corn shucks and corn shucks. And that's firewood. I'm gonna show you something here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a handful or an armful of these corn shucks here. Then I'm gonna walk right over here. I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna open that. And I'm gonna throw them right in there. Throw them right in there. And I might have time to get a few more in there. I don't know. Get a handful anyway. Now, what we want to see is this right here. You ready? That ought to show you what's going on. Can you see anything happening? uh, 44 degrees, I think, when I got up. Now I got up, I didn't get up real early. What time was 7? Huh. Well. Duke, look what I just found. A PawPaw, Duke. A PawPaw. There's another. So I would assume you're getting the gist of that right there. That wood stove is on and doing well. On and doing well. Okay, let's try something else here. Let's turn that off, OFF. Okay. I want to show Duke here what I found. Two of them. PawPaw. Is how Duke's gonna be eating these PawPaws one of these days. Yes, sir. them seeds right over on them pawpaw trees. Mm-hmm. You can't beat a pawpaw dead ripe off of a tree. Dead ripe, 2 of them gone. All right, let's quit this filming and see the stove right there. What time I was eating pawpaws running in my mouth is kicked off. It didn't take a few minutes because it's already hot. It's a few degrees lower. Boost it up, shuts it off, 180 degrees, and that's it. All right, we're gone.